How the devil are you? So, today I want to paint my fence. I've already started it.
Paint the fence. Eh?
And I'm going to be using this Ronseal fence sprayer. And so I've already used it, so I don't want to give too much away yet. But so far it's been pretty good with a few caveats. So the first thing, use a sprayer. Okay, and the first thing that happened is the label come off, but that's not a big deal. Who cares about that? I've also got some paintbrushes, and I got the paint, and also I got a mask. Now you want a mask, you don't want breathing that, even though it's out in the fresh air, you don't want to be breathing in that nonsense, do you? No. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is fill it up. But what I'll do is just go through the instructions with you in a second to show you how easy it is to set. So the first thing you have to do is fill it up, which is obvious. Now in the booklet and on the video, they make it look really simple. It just pours straight in. It doesn't do that. It goes everywhere. I tried everything I could to get it to pour in properly. You got to stir it and whatever. I'm using the proper paint, so it's the proper paint for the sprayer. But it doesn't pour in like they show it, so it does make a bit of a mess. I'll try and do it, squeeze it a little bit so I can, maybe it'll pour in better if I squeeze it. See what I mean? What's this about? As you can see, it doesn't go in as easy as they show it in the picture. It just blobs in. And then you've got to clean the mess up. Okay, so I filled it up. Now what I will say is that I did realise that once the label's off, if you look at the label here, okay, the label tells you it's max 5 litres. But obviously without the label being on there, it's hard to tell where to stop filling. So what I did, I just put a couple of little markers there, a couple of little markers around just to show me where the 5 litres was, so I don't overfill it, otherwise it'll go everywhere. Okay, so once you've got it filled up, you just pop the pump in, okay, push it down, and then it locks in like that, and you just turn it clockwise so it goes nice and tight. Okay, so once you've got that, if you notice on the side here, you've got a large spray and a small spray. Now I did find when I was spraying the fence that the small spray was pretty much ineffective. It does work a little bit, but I prefer to use the brush, but it's totally up to you. So I just keep it over this side on the big spray. And then all you do then is pump it up. And once you pump it up to full, it's supposed to make a bit of a hissing noise as a release valve lets the air out. Okay, I think that's it. I didn't hear any release valve though. Maybe we are. Okay, so let's go and paint the fence. So here I'm just putting in some cardboard to protect the wall so it doesn't get any paint on it. I made a schoolboy error. When I painted the large part of the fence, I didn't cover up the grass, and I ended up painting the grass a nice charcoal colour. Not quite as nice as the green, I admit that. So to avoid making the same error I made, make sure you put some cardboard or something down to either protect your grass or your walls. Right, okay. Once you're done with it, you've got to clean it. Otherwise you won't be able to use it the next time you want to do the fence. So you just push this handle down and then you turn it. Now you've got to be careful because it's still pressurized, okay? So do it very slowly, because I learnt my lesson and I got sprayed right in the face. Added a whole new meaning to a facial. Okay, now I'm going to tip the rest of this paint back into the pot, what's left in there, and I'm going to give it a clean off. Now, in the instructions it says be careful where you wash it off to. Don't put it down drains and things like that, which I totally understand, but it's very difficult for people with normal homes where you're going to wash it. So the only place I've got to wash it is on this kind of driveway here, so it just goes onto the drive. So there you are. Okay, so now I'm going to fill it full of water and then spray it through to get all the paint out of the pipe and out of the end nozzle. Beautiful! You can see there's still a lot of paint in there. Okay, I'm just doing it till it runs clear, that's fine. Okay, just wanted to point out this nozzle here as well. So what you need to do is take that off, because inside there's a little mesh, plastic mesh there, and you can see that even though I sprayed it through, it's still covered in paint. Just need to take it to your sink and just give it a good rinse off before you use it again. And there you go, that's all done. So what do I think of the Ronseal fence paint sprayer? I do like it. It is much faster. It's a lot quicker to paint your fence. It can be a bit messy. And one thing that you need to know is that double the amount of paint you think you're going to need, because it uses a ton of paint. I've gone through that small area of fence, I've gone through 18 litres of that Ronseal fence paint, although it does put on a really good coat, and I will say that the fence hasn't been painted for a good 3 years, so it is very dry and is sucking in the paint, so I will give that to it, but it does use a lot of paint. But apart from that, I think it's a really good bit of kit for 20 odd quid. As long as you keep it clean, you'll be able to use it over and over, because I do see some reviews saying I used it once, it didn't work. Probably because it didn't clean it properly and it just got blocked up with paint. That's the only reason why I would imagine it wouldn't work. It was a bit of a pain in the arse, the label coming off. I just put some markings on there. I could stick the label back on with tape if I wanted, I suppose, but nah, I can't be bothered. Anyway, so that's the end of the video. Job is done for today. I'm knackered now, need a cup of tea. Catch you in the next video.